What's up, fam? Got my little Palo Santo going on. Not only does the Palo Santo clear my thoughts and my energies, but it keeps the insects away. So y'all looking like y'all need a little Palo Santo too. So let me bless y'all. Let me bless y'all. So let's see. The last time I got on here, we started just vibing out. We started talking and just letting it get off my chest. Whatever I had to say or whatever I was feeling, I felt like it was a good time to jump on live and to just do my thing, right? So today I was running errands, doing things, hanging out, and I was like, I need to talk. Like, I need to, there's more that I want to say. Like, it was a strong desire to want to talk, to want to speak my piece. So I was like, where's Mercury at today? I found out that, it went direct. So I was like, the more I get in tune with myself and how my emotions play into the environment around me, I gain a lot more clarity. So here goes. I've been getting I do my daily affirmations for myself, whether I record them or not. And pretty much every day there has been this outside conflict surrounding my energy. Like, it's just chitter chatter. That's what Spirit just keeps telling me. It's just chitter chatter. It's just chitter chatter. It's just chitter chatter. And I'm like, but I'm not messing with nobody. I've been in hermit mode for a while now. You know what I'm saying? I don't involve myself in no mess. I don't, if there's some conflict going around me, I'm usually the one to step in and try to gain some deeper perspective or offer some deeper perspective or try to mediate the situation. But I haven't had that directly tangible, in my face. You know what I'm saying? But my energy and my spirit and my intuition, it's chitter chatter. It's talking. And the common message is just wait. Be patient. And it'll reveal itself. So in the full moon, I was like, all right, I want to get this off my chest. Like, maybe, me speaking my piece will reciprocate the same thing in the universe. And whoever's got this chitter chatter or whoever's got any type of static with me will present himself, right? Or herself or itself or whatever, right? And it's like nothing until today. Mark my words, until today. I'm minding my own business, right? Doing my daily affirmations, and I keep getting this energy like conflict, rumors, gossip, conflict. And I'm like, I'm not gossiping. I'm not a big gossiper. People call me, they ask for my opinion, they vent. I'm a listener. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, gossip. And boom, it lands in my lap. Lands right in my lap. I didn't have to search for it. And that's what I wanted to get on here and tell y'all. For y'all that are in tune with yourself and in tune with not participating in the fuckery that's going on around in people's energies, and you are advocating for positive engagement, positive connections with people, I truly do feel that you guys are experiencing the same thing. It's like an illumination. It's like a eye-opening moment where you truly see people for who they are. You truly see the demons that are attached themselves to these people. And you know that they've got an entity on them. You know that they've got some sort of negative spirit. Some people call them entities. Some people just call them messy. Some people call them, they got a different name for any, wicked, whatever. You know, me, I think that it's people's mindset and them engaging in these wicked ways that allows these demons and these negative spirits to attach themselves to their mindset, because there would be no way that the people that I surround myself with on a normal day-to-day basis would just flip like that. They would just, you know what I'm saying? And it's almost scary, but I stand firm in my faith. Hey, I'm just talking about standing firm in your faith and the devil shall flee. And I'm experiencing that right now. As I'm standing firm in my faith, I'm seeing God illuminate all the wickedness around me and the wickedness in people around me. And when I say that I've got a healthy set of boundaries and I protect my energy and I protect myself, sometimes you can't see it. Sometimes you cannot see it right away. And when you finally see it, and when you finally are aware of it, you can call it for exactly what it is. You can call it for exactly what it is. And that's what makes people uncomfortable. When you start calling people out for who they are and what they're doing, and you're standing firm in your faith, and you're standing firm in your authenticity, and you're saying, no, I cannot participate in that type of energy or that type of environment, and then you start to be the bad guy. Oh, you ain't trying to talk to me no more. You're not trying to hang out with me no more. You're not trying to... How do you do that? How do you say that to the people that you love and support you? Because when your eyes are wide open and you truly see these people for who they are and what they're trying to do to your spirit, you don't love me. And you don't have my best intentions at heart. And moms and my dad and my mama, I come from a lineage, a strong lineage of strong, deeply devoted, faith-following, God-fearing people. So I always thought to myself that I'm pretty strong-minded. You know, I'm pretty. I think I got some good discernment in me. I think I can pretty much tell when someone's, you know, not right within. You know, like Lauryn Hill. You know, I was listening, and that kept playing in my ear. You know, and Lauryn Hill, like, if you've ever just listened to her music and you've ever just listened to her messages and her testimony, as far as where she came from and where she went in her journey, you would be amazed to find some true clarity. Some true clarity when you allow yourself and you allow yourself to accept the good in your heart to come out, and you admonish and you what is the word? Cast out all the wickedness and all the evil thoughts and the revenge and the hurt and the pain. And if you just let that go, you become lighter. You know, when you start holding animosity, and that's one thing my father always said, never hold animosity in your heart. And I'm pretty big on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, from the time I was a little girl, I've always had that deep rooted, like, and it was a reason, because it's a lot of people out here that are holding animosity in their heart, and they're inflicting so much damage on people, and they call it love. They mask it as support, and they hide it as constructive criticism. And really what it is it's the devil's work. It's demon entities that you've allowed to infest your mind with fear-based decisions, guilt, envy, self-sabotage. It's got a name, you know. To me, that's all negative. It's all BS. You know, it don't have nothing of good fruit can grow of that. Nothing. So I started this journey doing these live videos to try and not only educate myself, because I always go back, for this last year that I haven't been on live, I go back to my own videos and I listen to my own messages so that I can learn the messages from that time and apply them to the messages I need to hear today. Because I know deep in my heart, I am coming out of a place of love, a place of healing. I'm out here trying to teach passion. It always starts with self. You can't go around here trying to change everyone else if you don't start with yourself. So I stopped doing live. I said, look, I got to work some more on myself. I gotta go within. Another Lauryn Hill quote, you got to go within. How you right if you're not right within? How are you right if you're not right within? So I say that because the chitter chatter and all that negative energy that God had kept telling me, like, I know you feel it, baby. I know you feel it. I know you feel it. You don't know where it's coming from. You don't know where it's coming from, but don't worry, because it'll be illuminated in time. Just be patient. I got different confirmations, and this goes way back. So I'm gonna tell you a little story. While I was suffering in silence, this was before my dad left, before my mom left, before I relocated to Colorado. I'm talking about my kids are still small, small in elementary school. And I was suffering in silence. I was in a bad way. I was in a real bad way. And my daddy told me, my daddy always kept it real. He told me to leave that. He said, leave that. But I kept picking it back up. And I say that because I'm looking at a lot of video and a lot of YouTube channels, and I'm seeing women on these videos getting bashed and getting talked about so coldly because they're single moms. They got 6 kids, they're under 30, they're out here wilding out, and it's like they're suffering in silence. They are suffering in silence. And I say that I was suffering in silence because not only was I being financially, my whole financial foundation was rocked. But I was being verbally abused, emotionally abused, physically abused, and I sat in it. And it's a lot of people out here who are playing the victim, and they're pointing the finger at everybody else. And then they take video of people and they twist the narrative. They take bits and pieces of people's conversations, they twist the narratives, And then they want to start pointing the finger at people and say, you're the reason I'm in this bondage. You're the reason that I've suffered for so long. No. No. I suffered in silence because I kept picking up that same dirty rock. I suffered in silence because I continued to let financial burdens and fear and self-doubt and abuse keep me down. And then I started molding my personality around that silent suffering. I started, poking my chest out, being more aggressive, talking foolish, wilding out instead of packing up my babies and leaving that toxic situation. I sat in it. I did that. And for the longest time, I was too scared to get on live and to say that. I don't know why. I've never really been a scary type of person. Scared of my own creativity and what people thought. Yeah, that's where that stems from. It stems from suffering in silence. It stems from allowing evil thoughts to plant its seed in here and then cultivate all these negative thought patterns that you have about yourself. I can't do that. I can't find a better man. I can't find a better job. I can't create my own business. I can't create art. And then it just domino effect. And then you get on these platforms and you start saying, oh, well, I'm a high quality woman. I deserve a man that has everything and I don't need to bring nothing to the table because I da-da-da-da-da-da. Well, are you? Are you of quality? People want to say, oh, it don't matter if you're evenly yoked. Yes, it do. The laws of physics say it do. The universe says it do. To be evenly yoked. So, ladies and men, when you're out here and you're looking for love or you're building on your relationship, you can't get right until you're right within. So if you're unable to provide, then why are you out here trying to date? Why are you out here trying to create an illusion that you have it together when you don't? And then when you have another person investing in you thinking that the illusion is the truth, and they finally open their eyes and they can finally see that it was an illusion, now you want to admonish this person because they've set their boundaries and they don't want to participate anymore. Now, oh, you left me. You abandoned me. No. You've set healthy boundaries. You no longer want to suffer in silence. Right now, I am clearly aware of what I did to myself and what lessons I have taught my kids suffering in silence. That's a hard pill to swallow, but when you finally accept it and you accept the fact that you no longer want to participate in all of that nonsense, it starts radiating out. Now you starting to look at friends and co-workers and family members where it's like, I don't want to participate in that. I don't want to participate in the toxic cycles that keep going around and around. I was talking to my brother the other day, and we were having a real in-depth conversation about family. And I said, I love my family. I do anything for my family. I can go back into the archives and every year I can tell you I was right there doing Sunday dinners, doing family reunions, participating in functions, showing up, cooking, cleaning, you know, trying to mediate the toxic conversations going back and forth in the household. I was there. I was present. I was present. And all that time, I'm suffering in silence. Suffering in silence. And I asked my brother, I said, why is our family like this? Why is it that when we're doing well, right, and we want to project this sense of accomplishment, and we want to project it, you know, we not suffering, we good, we Gucci, we straight. But all the while we are suffering in silence. And then when someone speaks on it, you want to, well, now they're the target. Well, now I got to take her down a peg or two. Because she see that I'm suffering in silence and I don't need her talking about me. And I asked my brother, I said, how is it that we love each other so deeply and so fiercely, but we do the things to each other that we wouldn't even do to people off the street? And I used to tell people, you know, all the time, like, hey, you know, if you in the street, I'll mop you all up and down Shaw Street. But for my family, I'm not finna fight family. But we do, and we are, and I don't know why that is. And I hold my brothers up to a high standard. Like, I listen to what they have to say. All of them, including my sister. You know, I listen, right? And I know where some of the traumas and some of the hurt and some of the suffering comes from. I know. And I'm still trying to figure out why it is that we continue to hurt each other in our own family, and it hurts me. And then when I start trying to call out the root of the cause, now I'm the target. Oh, she must be drunk, or oh, she high, or oh, she this, or oh, she that, oh, no, none of that. I've just learned throughout my journey that I no longer want to suffer in silence. I no longer want to put band-aids on things and call it healed. I have deeply rooted trauma that is going to take time to heal from. Speaking on going back 6 years ago from when my dad passed, that and the bull crap that came around it, that is trauma on top of more trauma. What went on with my mom and her marriage, and what happened when she got sick, trauma. So it's like, I don't know why people get out here and they project that, you know what I'm saying, they got all this and they got all that. They jump on their social media platforms and they post all the, you know, the pictures of them, you know, winning and all of that. But where's the ugly? Where's the trials and tribulations? You know what I'm saying? Be authentic. Be authentic. If you're going to show me, or if you got a message to tell me, then be authentic. If you want to speak to me and you want to counsel me, or you want to give me some advice, then you have to stand in your own authenticity, because my eyes are open and I see. And not only do I see it, but people around me, they telling me. They're showing me. And there's a reason why when I go to functions and hang around my family members, it's a reason why I don't want them taking video of me. It's a reason why I don't want them taking pictures of me. There's a reason. Because people like to use content and dissect it to feed their own narrative. I don't understand it. If you go on any of my videos, I got videos of me, pictures of me dressed up, lashes, wigs, nails, lipstick, and then I got video of me in scarves, hats, nappy curls, no makeup, nothing. Because I am who I say I am. I am truly out here trying to heal. I am truly out here trying to help. I am truly out here cutting baggage that no longer serves me. And some of that baggage looks like me. Some of that baggage is weighted just like me. So I can't expect to meet people of quality if I am not ready to lay down that baggage. And part of that was being in a relationship that was highly abusive, highly toxic, and I was too embarrassed to say it. Being high school sweethearts and oh, that's so cute, y'all have kids and y'all been together decades. Suffering in silence. Too scared to prove people right. Too proud to admit that I made a mistake. Nah, I'm finna sit in this. I'm finna prove that I'm a ride or die. This my man. I'm a ride or die. That don't matter what he do to me. Can you imagine? Can you imagine finding out that no matter how much you can do for a person, when they say that they are struggling with addictions and they don't want to stop, can you imagine not listening and continuing to feed into the addictive behavior, the toxic behavior? That's conditioning. That takes conditioning. And it's taken me years to uncondition, to deprogram. And that's what a lot of people need to do out here. They need to deprogram. Because I'm telling you, people do not know. They don't even realize how toxic they are. They have no clue. They have no clue. So, if I tell you, I don't fuck with you, I really don't fuck with you. I really don't. And the games that people play to try to pull you back in, and they try to, they try to get you to buy in to that they're changed, or that they want reconciliation, or they want to be in a better place. So, I got 3 decks, right? I got 3 decks. And I said, as a conversational opening upper, I was going to pull. off of it, but one out of each deck. So I'll have 3 cards. But since I've already kind of opened up the conversation, you know, with Mercury going direct, that means communication isn't so difficult. You know, you're not so afraid. And I was afraid. I was afraid to say that for years I was suffering in silence. And that I should not have stayed as long as I should stay. You know, I kind of wore it like, you know, like a badge of honor. Like, see, I'm worthy. No, I was stupid. I was stupid. I was conditioned that way. Made to think that that was what you're supposed to do. And it's not. Balance. That's all I've been pulling. I swear to you. That's all I've been pulling. Balance. 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 Passion flower. So, on this, you've got the Libra scales. I call them the scales of justice, scales of the right and the wrong. There is no way to get around when you are demonizing people, when you're lying on them, portraying them in a negative way. There's no way getting around that. God sees that. And to be honest with you, I have always felt like if I do something bad, I know it's coming back on me. I've always known that. Always known that. That's why I never steal. I never steal. I was 8 years old. Let me tell you another story. I was 8 years old. We were in Victorville visiting my brother and sowing seeds. Sowing seeds. We were in Victorville sowing seeds for my brother. My brother was away. He had to sit his ass down for a little bit. So we were going up there and we were pouring into him, you know, making sure that he felt that he was still loved and still thought about, right? So we stopped at Target or something, or Kmart at the time, and I seen this lipstick that I wanted so bad. So bad I wanted that lipstick. And my mama said no. So I decided to put it in my pocket. And I walked out the store. We went to the movies, hung out. Next thing I know, I'm putting the lipstick on. And my mama knew. My mama knew I stole that lipstick. And she was like, nope. She took me right back to the store I stole it from. Took me right up to the cashier. And she told the cashier that my daughter had took that lipstick. And that it was up to her as to how she wanted to handle the repercussions. And I was crying because the lady was like, I'm going to call the police on her. And I was boo-hooing, crying. And the lady was like, let this be the last time that you ever take anything from anyone. And I made sure of that. So I ain't perfect in any way, but I will never take something that ain't mine because I know that comes back around. I know that comes back around. And that's how when you lie on people, when you lie on them, you are stealing from them. You are stealing from them. You're stealing the truth. And that comes back. Tower. That comes back. That comes straight back. You don't have no control over that. And I'm telling you right now, I'm hearing the lies. They People done lied on me. They done lied on me. And they probably thought they done got away with it for years. Because I'm hearing stuff like from years ago. I'm hearing stuff from 2 weeks ago, child, for real. So that's all I can do is balance it out. Because God got me. So when you trying to change the narrative, switch the narrative, to make people look a certain way, to justify the lies you told on people, for whatever the reason is, you can't control the repercussions that come after that. I'm going to pull this last card. Reciprocity. So, we got balance, sowing seeds, and reciprocity. So the way this is cute, the way this came out. So the balance is applicable for me. I don't know about how other people are feeling right now. In this energy that we're living in, there's a lot of uncertainty. We don't know what kind of president we're gonna have. We don't know what the economy is gonna do. We don't know. Sometimes we don't even know what our own spouses are gonna do, right? And now we gotta operate in it, right? We can't control it. It's out of our control. But what is in our control is balance. We are in control of that. We are in control of how we balance out the unknown and the known. We are in control of how we balance our emotions. Are we going to lose our temper, or are we going to brush it off? Go with the flow. Right? Sowing seeds. For me, intuitively, I already know what sowing seeds is, but I'd like to know what they've got written down here. So, the primary meaning of this card concerns the sowing of seeds, but seeds will only germinate if the dirt has been properly watered, fertilized, and tilled. So let's just go back to like the Akashic records. Let's just go back to what that truly means. You know, yes, it's in the literal, it's like farming, you know what I'm saying? You want this tree to grow, you gotta, take care of the earth, you gotta prepare the soil, you gotta do your due diligence and to propagate and to cultivate this plant, right? Cool. Let's talk about negative versus positive mindsets, because those are seeds too. All right. So when you're out here trying to plant seeds in people's minds, right? A lie is the worst type of seed. Okay? It's the worst type of seed. Because that lie has a potential to grow and to vine out to other people's mindsets. So if you tell a lie on someone, or if you're lying to someone, you're not sowing no good seed. If you're out here verbally abusing your mate, your spouse, your children, if you're telling them that, they ain't shit, they ain't gonna never be shit, that is a terrible seed to plant. But you are sowing a seed into that child. If you out here beating on your husband or beating on your wife, and you're sitting and suffering in silence, you are sowing a seed of fear. So them seeds ain't worth shit. Nothing of good will grow from that. If you're out here body shaming people, if you're out here admonishing people for living a certain lifestyle, you're not sowing no good seeds. If you're out here smiling to everybody that you encounter, guess what? You're sowing a seed of happiness. Because guess what? Let me smile at you. And you gonna smile back, right? Smiles are contagious. Smiles are seeds of affection, seeds of positivity. It only is a smile. There's so many people out here. I couldn't believe it. I came down south in the current state of things and was like, why ain't nobody speaking to no one? You walk past people in the market and they don't even want to look at you. They don't even want to, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm over here, hi. And people looking at me like I got shit on me. Real talk. Like I got straight shit on me. And I'm like, all I said was hi. And on the flip side, I get reciprocated. I get love poured on me. You know what I'm saying? I've been, walking. Oh, let me tell you about reciprocity. I went to go get my oil changed, and I pulled in, and it was one of those, drive in, you sit in your car, and they do your oil change, right? So I drive in, I roll the window down, and I'm, hey, good morning. And the guy was like my brightness just blinded him for a minute. And he just started smiling and was like, I don't rarely see people with gaps smile the way that you smile. I said, I know, I've heard that, And he was like, yeah, I got a gap and I just don't usually smile, but I'm going to take your smile and how you are and your energy for right now. And he said, I'm going to carry that on, and I'm going to be the same way. And I said, you do that. Be of service for the next person. Don't let anybody change you because they're uncomfortable with smiles and joyfulness. Yeah, it's people out here that are dogs, straight dogs. Scamming, scheming, conning, and you gotta have a level of, protection up, because there's people out here that take advantage of the nice. They take advantage of a helping hand. But don't let that change who you are as a person, because I think that's where we're going wrong. I think we're going wrong by putting on this armor to where now we can't even give each other compliments anymore. And I'm not talking about no dirty, sexual based comments. I'm talking about real, salt of the earth comment, like, your smile is beautiful. Thank you for smiling today. Now you be ready to somebody to file a sexual harassment charge on you. You tell a guy that, hey, you look very well put together. And instead of saying thank you, it's more so like, can I get your number so I can come over? And it's like, whoa, I Hey, what's up? What's up? How you doing? Man, I'm just getting out here, getting on here, just talking about, what I'm seeing and the illumination. You know what I'm saying? Family, friends, co-workers, it's a ruckus going on out here. It's a straight ruckus. So we need to get better at complimenting each other. We need to get better at not allowing yourself to sow negative seeds. See, it's about sowing seeds. We need to be sowing seeds of positiveness, encouragement, faith. And we need to stop letting people sow seeds into us that don't serve us, that don't serve our purpose. Having somebody tell me that, well, what you doing ain't favored by God. What? What type of negative seed is that? I've heard people say a bunch of weird stuff, right? I've been told also. I've been told that, witchcraft. And I'm saying witchcraft. Let me think on that. Witchcraft. Like, where in any of my videos do you see me practicing witchcraft? But you gonna sow that lie as a negative seed and plant it out there in hopes that what? People don't want to talk to me, deal with me, be around me? So you want to isolate me with lies? And I say this with 100% truth, because I'm going to stand in mine. I have literally told a family member that I love them and I only want the best for you, to be reciprocated with. Don't say that to me, because you fake and phony and you don't mean it. Pink lemonade. Yup. So, I'm trying to get a deeper understanding. And I'm not ashamed, because see, I didn't never want to say nothing. I never wanted to say anything about my relationship and how I suffered in it. I never wanted to speak on the abuse that I had to go through. And the killingest part is that I was involved with women's and girls' councils, governing councils. I was going to women's abuse ministries. I was, actively participating in programs and panels that were speaking on getting out of abusive relationships. You want to pray. Stand firm in your faith and the devil shall flee. So I'm actively participating in these great environments for women empowerment and women's advocacy to get out of abusive relationships. And I was too embarrassed to say that I was a victim. I was too embarrassed to say that I was suffering in silence. Because that's what these evil entities want you to believe. They want you to believe that you need to just isolate yourself and that you need to suffer in silence when you don't. You don't. You shouldn't suffer in silence. But society has conditioned us and programmed us to don't say nothing. Shh. Keep it to yourself. Keep it inside the family. Don't speak on it. Let's just isolate that individual and let's just stay over here in this group. And I'm like, where is the love and the support in that? And I have always said that from the beginning. You go back on this on my Instagram, and I've said it from the beginning. Sometimes the people that you think love you, and they truly do love you, are not the most supportive. I used to say that for a reason, and I still say that now. Because I have to say it to myself. The people you think that love you are not always the most supportive. So I say this to you before I go. Because I don't want these videos to be too long, but I want to make sure that I get this off my chest, because guess what? If you don't like what I have to say, you don't have to come to the cherished fool. You know what I'm saying? And I call it the cherished fool for a reason. Okay? Because at the beginning of the tarot, how you doing? I'm good, thank you. I call it the cherished fool because the fool is the beginning of the journey. Right? Always, in that, it is always the beginning of the journey. It's always the start of the journey. So, if you're at the beginning of a journey, right, and you are starting this journey out new, people always say you're a fool, right? Because at the beginning, you don't know. So if you fail, you're a fool. But if you succeed, you're a genius. But you always start out as the fool, right? Because you don't know. You don't know until you go down that journey. And you're supposed to start down that journey. You're supposed to go down that journey. It's been ordained for you to go down that journey. So you have to trust the process. You have to trust God. You have to walk in faith and not by sight. You have to. Because everybody that says, oh, you didn't do this, or you not going to do that, or you ain't going to do this, and you ain't, that's sort of negative sowing seeds. Them is not the seeds that you want sown into your mindset. Your mindset needs to be like, look, alright, that didn't work for me. That's cool. Let me bust this down and let me start new. Let me set a strong foundation. And let me be okay with that. Because people all day, they going to tell you, oh, you a fool for doing that, and you a fool for this. Because they want to get you hyped. They want to get you upset and mad so they can say, see, I told you. Out of control. Out of control. Don't let it affect you. Don't let it affect you. Speak your truth. Speak your truth and stand in it. And sometimes you might have to flip the script. Sometimes it might have been you that was sowing negative seeds. It might have been you that, had a messed up mindset. You know what I'm saying? I've never been the one to say, well, oh, it's my daddy's fault that I stayed in a relationship that was so toxic. That ain't my daddy's fault that I stayed in a toxic relationship. I'm just using that example because my daddy told me the opposite. He told me to run, girl, run. And I'm not going to offend no one on here or anybody who sees this, because that is the truth. He told me to cut and run from the jump. But I got my own life to live. I got my own, this is my journey. So, hey, you ain't got to listen to me. You ain't got to hear my message. You ain't got to accept it if you don't want it. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Because I know that I'm out here trying to sow seeds of positivity, of growth, of self-love, of self-compassion, of empathy. And these are all things that we are lacking in this society. We are lacking the compassion and the empathy for one another. This ain't no dog eat world. I don't see dogs eating other dogs out here. That's a human mindset. That's a human mindset, to be okay with messing people over, to stepping on people to get ahead. That's a mindset. You don't have to do anything. You have a choice in everything. You see, there's two scales here. There's two choices. There's two ways. There's always a choice. You can do it or not do it. You can learn or not learn. You can give or not give. But what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to throw rocks and then hide. That's what I'm not going to do. I have said everything that I wanted to say, and I am standing in it. And I think other people need to do the same. They need to stop throwing stones and then going to run hide, and then change the narrative on how that stone got thrown. And for the people, because I was living in a toxic place, and I was acting out of toxic reactions. You know what I'm saying? Letting people rile me up, letting people affect my mindset, letting people talk about me, and then want to fight. Oh, I'm the biggest scrapper. But that ain't who I am. That's not who I am. That was conditioned. That was environmental. So when somebody says something to you that you don't like, and it makes you like, what? What? You don't have to respond. You don't have to take it there. You don't have to do anything. I could have ran up on like 3 or 4 people, and they would have been they were all the way in the wrong. All the way in the wrong. And I could have ran up and just inflicted damage. But then what? Especially if you still got to see these people. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm out here in Dallas, you know what I'm saying, by myself. This right here, I love it. It's ugly as shit. Paint peeling, porch falling to pieces. Look like a trap house on the outside. Look like a damn trap house. Look like I need to be selling some shit out of here. But guess what? It's mine. It's my family's. I'll tell you one thing. I'm perfectly fine showing the ugly. I'm perfectly fine with showing the world that I don't have all my shit together. I'm perfectly fine sharing tips and tools of my journey to help with your journey. And I can only do that from an authentic place. If I've said something that I know wasn't right, or if I lied on someone and know that isn't right, the only way you're going to fix that is by telling the truth. The only way you're going to balance that out is by telling the truth. The only way I'm going to heal from my trauma that I inflicted and stayed in upon myself is by telling the truth. Yes, I will say it again. I was verbally, emotionally, and physically abused in a relationship, and I sat in it suffering. I did that. No one else did it. I was exposed to many advocacies, many women who could have helped me. I was exposed to a father who literally came and put the door back on, the door jamb. I was surrounded by family who would help me get out of that, but I sat in that. I did that. Not anyone else. I did. Okay? So if you've allowed a situation to fester, and if you allowed a mindset to fester, if you allowed people to sow seeds of negative in you, you're allowing that. Not them. They're doing what they're supposed to do. They've shown you who they are, right? Wasn't it Maya Angelou that said, when people tell you who they are, believe them. So when someone tells you, I'm an addict, believe them. When someone tells you, I'm a cheater, believe them. Not to say that my relationship incorporated all of these things. I'm just saying, if someone tells you that they don't like women, believe them. If someone tells you they don't like men, believe them. And don't try to change them. Change yourself. Change how you want to engage with that person. Change how you want to let them in and out of your energy. And if you can't tolerate nothing they got going on, if you can't even entertain a hello, then do that. Then do that. If someone tells you to, don't tell me you love me, then don't tell them. If someone tells you that they think you're fake and phony, believe that that's how they feel and that you can't change that. If someone tells you that you can't do shit, believe that that's how they feel. Don't try to convince them that you're worthy. Don't try to convince them that you're capable. That's how they feel. You can't change how they feel. Stop surrounding yourself around people that don't care. That don't care that they're sowing negative seeds into you. And I'm telling you, like I said in the beginning of this video, I love my family. I love every single one of them. Every single one of them. I'm probably going to get on here and start, reminiscing. I get nostalgic, and I want to talk about, like, I think on text I was talking about when we used to go camping and we would be doing the caravan where all the cars would follow behind each car, and Dad would have packed the truck up so high with all this camping gear and all this stuff to take camping, and we'd be losing stuff all outside the truck, and the stuff would be flying all over the freeway, and you dodging chairs and suitcases and barbecue pits and like, I love that. I love that that our Father sowed good seeds into us. You understand me? I love the fact that our family continuously tries to sow good seeds into us. What I want us to stop doing, me included, is to stop sowing negative seeds into us. And I asked myself, I said, how come in all other cultures, families like help each other and they're all working together and, they're They're thriving, and if they're not thriving, they're surviving together as one cohesive unit. And it's because they're sowing seeds into each other. Okay? And don't get it confused by family always bailing you out or always having to save you from something. That's not what I'm talking about. Okay? Because my dad had to cut me off on certain things because he wasn't going to keep bailing me out of my toxic shit. So if you run into a situation where it's like, well, I feel like no one's helping me, that doesn't mean that they're not sowing seeds into you. It just means that they've reached the capacity that they're willing to give. And this is about giving. You see how this person, he's got 2 people that he's got to give to. You see this? He's giving this person something, this person's waiting, and he's trying to balance it out. There goes the same balance right there. And he's got to balance out. He only got a couple little things in his hand, but he got to balance out. You know, this could be his family. This could be his friends. You know what I'm saying? And he's got to give to both, and he's got to be balanced at it. So sometimes people can only give you what they can give you. And you can't look at it like, oh, well, they don't love me, or they don't see my worth, or they ain't trying to help me. No, it's just they've reached their capacity. And my father had reached his capacity with me and my relationship and the bullshit that I was bringing to the table. And other people had reached their capacity with me too, and they were no longer giving. Doesn't mean that they don't love me or that they're not trying to sow good seeds in. It just means they've reached their max. And you can't be mad at people for that. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. I wanted a lot of stuff to go on out this way. But when you reach your max, it's all you got to give. And then you got to sit back, you got to readjust, reevaluate, and figure it out, plan, and then keep going. I'm hopeful that this project will be done soon. It's close. But you know, we get to a certain level and we reach our capacity, and then we have to go within to recharge. We have to self-love. We have to show self-compassion. We got to sit down a minute and figure out our next move and how we're going to do it. And sometimes rejection is God's protection. And I'm going to tell you why I believe that. And this will be the last story I say before I get off, because it's starting to get dark. That means that the insects going to come and try to get this Cali meat. And I'm going in the house. So, let me tell you another story. Rejection could be God's protection. So, I was told I was applying for these jobs, right? That I was really like, this was some time ago, right? And I kept applying for this job, and I kept applying for these jobs, and I was like, why am I not getting these jobs? Like, I'm qualified. I'm, you know what I'm saying? I go to the interview. They like me. They, you know, blah, blah, blah. I'm doing all the things. Why am I not getting hired? Because God had another plan for me. If I would have sat in that job, I would have sat in that toxic environment longer. If I didn't get up out of that, I would have still been sitting here today suffering in silence. But because of the rejection, God was protecting. And He moved me out of that. And He guided me out of that through rejection. And that shit hurts, to feel like you're not smart enough or you don't have enough to do the job when you know you do. And you're getting rejected. We don't have the ability to see the bigger picture. Alright? We don't have it. That's why you're supposed to walk in faith. And if you believe in the universe, Allah, God, deities, Arishnas, Buddha. I can go on and on and on. The Most High, your source, your most divine. If you walk in that faith, everything else moves out the way. You're like a bull walking down the street. It happened to me the other day. I was like, I walked in, because I just felt the vibe wasn't right. And I walked in there and I walked with my, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know who I am. Right? Right? And people just move out the way. Just move. It's like the Red Sea. They just parted. And I was like, I think my spirit is preceding me. I think my spirit has preceded me and has told these other spirits in here that want to inflict damage or want to hurt me, just don't even try, because she's protected. I was, driving down the freeway one time, right? And I was like, damn, why this one won't let me over, You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, I'm trying to get over. And God moved me just a little bit to the right. Right? He moved me just a pinch. He just moved me right over to the right, just a little bit. And by him doing that and not allowing me to get over in that left lane, he spared me for catastrophe, because it was all kinds of stuff going on over there. Hey, Mr. Ray. I'm doing great. How about you? I'm good. I heard Chunky was over there visiting you the other day.
Yeah, last Thursday.
Okay. I see. I know you loved it. Oh, that's right. All right, I'll see you later. So I'm going to end on that note. I'm gonna go take it in. Close this out. So to recap, balance, sowing seeds, equal give and take. All right? Let me know how you feel. Let me know what you got to say. I'll be on here again. You know what I'm saying? Since I guess we went direct with communication. I guess I'm back on. All right. Love y'all.